confession, guys. Pretty much like 90% of the time, I do morning barn chores in my gym jams. These are my PJs, deal with it. I'm also wearing Wellington boots. Yeah. Hey, I think we're gonna get another day of rain. It's so funny, we went from like basically a drought to it won't stop raining. And it happened in one day. It was just like, you haven't had rain since Hurricane Matthew? How about we have rain until the next hurricane? And then continue to have rain. Bug just flew into my face, how rude. Oh, and I owe you guys still an explanation on supplements, so I will work on that too. So first thing, all of our horses get loose mineral salt every day. Every single horse gets this. This just encourages them to drink water. It also has some other benefits that are on the back of the bag, which I don't know about any of those. The reason that I feed it is to keep the horses hydrated, because it just makes it, you know, it's just like if you have something salty, you want to drink some water. So this encourages the horses to drink water so they don't get dehydrated because it's really hot here. 2 of our horses are on Sweat Again, as well as 1 AC. This is given to horses who are, horses who have trouble sweating. So I think Pure's never really had an issue with it. I think she had 1 episode of where she didn't sweat enough, but we do it just in case, just to be safe. And then Kitty has trouble sweating, so she has those supplements. I also give most of the riding horses this, and I don't give it for the reason on the label. I give it because it's basically a magnesium supplement. Yeah, it's all magnesium. And magnesium helps when you have a lot of calcium in your hay, because we feed alfalfa, and in your grass, which we do, and even in our water. This just sort of balances everything out, the magnesium, calcium, balancey thing, so that's why they get that. And actually, I've started Gracie and Pure on Smart Packs, and they're getting a different supplement now. So it's not to do anything with keeping them calm or anything. I have very calm horses anyway. But yeah. And then Gracie is also on Cortiflex, is a general joint supplement just to keep her all loosey-goosey, guys, loosey-goosey. We also have pretty much everybody on this stuff. This is Show Glow. Every single one of the horses gets this. And this is, it's supposed to help their coats, but it's also just sort of a multivitamin. It has a whole bunch of good stuff in it. Look at all that good stuff. So, you know, what they can absorb, they absorb, and what they can't, they just pee out. But I figure we may as well put in there, you know, what they might need. So that's what we do. But yeah, that's the general, that's what we feed along with our grains, which we feed Seminole Feeds, which is actually Ocala based, which is cool. Most of the horses get either senior grain or they get Perform Safe. These are all low starch, high fat feeds, and I am a huge believer in feeding really good quality hay before you feed a lot of grain. So my goal is always to give the horses the best possible grazing and hay before we give them a bunch of grain. So nobody's on a ton of grain. The thoroughbreds get a lot of grain, but they're thoroughbreds. But the gypsies are on practically no grain. Just enough grain to give them their supplements, basically, because they just don't need it. They just... But anyway, there's your explanation on all of that. Good morning, my good friends. Fun fact, that first clip that you just saw, that was totally taken yesterday, and the only clip that I took yesterday. And the reason is it has been raining like crazy, as you just saw. But it's been doing that for like 4 days, and I am currently on my way with the trailer to take Pure to our first riding lesson together. Hopefully, assuming the weather will hold up enough that we can actually get there. Also, when we first moved her here, you guys remember she was real antsy and stuff, and that was kind of out of character for her because she's super chill. She's like super chill mare. So I've got like this slight little bit of belly nerves that like she's gonna get there and be really anxious, but I'm hoping that she's settled enough here and that she knows me well enough, and then I can like get there early enough to give her a lot of chill out time and put her right to work. And I don't know, I'm hoping it'll all be fine. If not, we'll just do something super easy, just so that she's had sort of a field trip. But anyway, point being, I am taking Pure to a lesson, and I'm super excited about it. I love this horse. And this will be the first time, if I can get her to film a little bit, that you guys get to see me ride my new girl. She's the coolest horse. She's so cool. Whew, any hoozles, everybody keep your fingers crossed that it doesn't pour ridiculous Florida rain all the way there, because I hate driving in that stuff, and it's even worse when you pull on a trailer. Pure, I'm gonna need you to calm down before you hurt somebody. You're just too wild. Too wild. Calm down. Ooh, wow, those are super uneven. I sweated off part of my eyebrows, guys. Sorry, I have to just rub off through it. You know what? You can just be distracted by it. I had to draw those on, and one of them faded and one of them didn't. Anyway, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that did not go as well as I had hoped. We did not get any footage of it. It was a fine lesson. I didn't get the response I was hoping from my trainer about her, but you know, I've had a bit of a struggle this afternoon. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, but here's the deal. I am in the business of unconventional dressage horses. That is what I do. And I really believe in pure. So we're gonna hang in there and we're gonna work this out and we're gonna do what we do and it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Watch this space, because you might see some really cool stuff in the future. Deal with it. Hello again, friends. I'm sure you're wondering, why is she wearing like a parka hood thing? It's because it's raining, or it was raining. It just stopped. Of course, because I said I was going to talk to you guys about it. It stopped raining for like 5 minutes. It was raining, and I still have horses I need to work and lunge. I can't really ride Solomon right now because I got to wait for his mouth to heal. But I was going to lunge him, and I was going to go ahead and lunge Ella and Gracie, because, you know, with this rain being like it is, you get on and then suddenly it's pouring on you. It's a lot easier if you're just lunging to just be like, oh, okay, let's go, and run in real quick. Whereas if you're riding, it's like, oh gosh, I'm on a horse, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I was gonna lunge, and I was trying to find something waterproof where if it was just sprinkling, I could just put my hood on and be like, I can still lunge you, you're fine, because they're happy. They don't care if it's raining. And this is all I had, and it's quite toasty. Because while it is actually raining, it's not right this second. Again, as I said, look at this beautiful sky, but look at those clouds over there. Can you see them? Can you see them? Oh, look at those. Look at that. Anyway, even though it is rainy here, it is also very hot. And with it being hot, this is winter thing. For winter. But we have to use it anyway, because we need a hood. Oh my gosh, also, look what happened to my arena. I am very angry. First of all, you'll have to forgive the fence because Solomon has decided that he's a big manly stallion and he needs to get to the mares, so he likes to tear my fence down. And currently he's having to go out by himself because we can't put him out with anybody. But he makes a lovely mess of my fence, so forgive my fence. The fence is him. The sand over here is the rain. So look at this. That's okay, Arena. I didn't need my footing to stay in. Hi, you're cute. Yeah, so that's inconvenient. I need to drag really bad, but if I drag, it's all just gonna wash on out again. So, hey buddy, why are you so cute, huh? Why are you so cute? That's because that's what I do. I'm cute all the time with my tiny little ears. Hi guys, hi. Go flies on my nose. What did you do with that bucket? Did you pull that out of the corner? That's not where that lives. He's such a playful guy. He has to play with everything. Everything is a toy for Solomon. Everything is a toy for me because I need to be doing things all the time. I need to do things all the time. Oh my gosh. Can I just take a nap on your shoulder? Yes, you may. He's so cute. Super clear and like easy to see and stuff. You know why? It's because I had to switch to Matthew's phone. So my phone died, which partially stunk because while I was lunging, you guys missed all the cool stuff. You missed all the like legit stuff and the stuff where I'm actually teaching horses to do things and not just being like, okay, let's warm up. So one of the cool things that I did today that I was going to show you guys, which I'll have to show you another time, is one of my favorite things to do with horses that are of unconventional dressage breeds. I think it's probably pretty good for any young horse or older horse on the lunge line to help build their strength and help convince them to use their back end, and that is skipping gaits. So Whereas normally you would have a horse walk and then trot and then canter. Hold that thought. Instead, I like to have my horse trot from a halt, and then from that trot, halt again. Or from a walk, I like them to go ahead and canter, and then from that canter, I want them to go straight back to the walk. And it takes a little bit of teaching because that's not like what they want to do naturally. So you've really got to get them a good sense of your cues and things like that, so that they really know exactly what you want. And it takes some practice and it takes some strength for them to be able to do it. But just teaching them how to do it builds up their strength. I'm dropping buckets. That's why I'm now bending over. You guys are watching me bend over to pick up buckets. Anywho, so where was I? So asking them to skip that gait really makes them sort of sit back and launch into the gait that you're asking for, which makes them use their butt, which makes them do the desired gait more correctly because they're now using their hind end. And at first what you have to do is kind of like, for example, the walk to canter. Once they get the concept of, oh, you want me to go from this walk to the canter, pushing off without trotting in between, you don't want to then have them like canter and canter and canter and canter. You want to have them do a few strides, stop them, reward them. Be like, yay, you did it, you're good. Because they can't hold that body shape for very long. So it's just a matter of building it up. But anyway, I like to do it with these guys because, especially with the gypsies want to drag themselves into the canter, and this really teaches them to push themselves into the canter. So good little exercise there, but it's one of my favorites. It also teaches a lot of obedience, and I'm a huge believer in that everything you do on the ground with a horse affects their riding somehow. And so I love groundwork and lunging. These buckets are really stuck together. I think I'm gonna have to use two hands. Hold on. Oh, I got it. But yes, anyway, that is what I was doing with them. So I was having both of them, Ella and Solomon, work on skipping gaits. Ella is pretty good at it. One of the things I'm working on right now with her under saddle is she needs to improve her canter. She has a nice canter, but it's a little bit kind of all over the place. It's a little bit more strewn out. It's hard for gypsies, especially in the canter, because they are built and bred to pull a carriage at a trot over miles and miles and miles. So as driving horses, the trot has been very well bred in, but the canter not so much. So you have to do a lot to really fix and improve the canter. So that's what I'm doing a lot with Ella right now, is trying to really get her canter nice. Gracie, that horse right there, that horse has a kick butt canter. Like for a gypsy American canter. She hasn't always been able to, but we did some good work and we got like awesome canter down for that mare. Unfortunately, I have not gotten to use it in a while. I know you've probably noticed I have not been riding Gracie, but I think I have somebody coming to look at Gracie soon. So that's super cool. It's actually an adult, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. Anyways, I gotta feed horses now. So hold on for a second. A weird thing that happened that I thought I'd share with you guys is maybe a preventative thing. Something really weird happened to Ella. So I guess a fly laid eggs in her eyeball. Not in her eyeball, but like in the like squishy part of her eye, like around her eye. And yeah, it was super gross. So a lot of the horses get kind of drippy, gross eyes when it's hot, because, you know, the sun, blah, 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 blare, blare, blare. It's like why people like to wear sunglasses, because you squint in the sun. So all the horses have had kind of drainy eyes. Well, I noticed the other day that Ella's was a little bit swollen. And so I called the vet out, and the vet came out and pulled larvae out of her eye. It was horrible. It was so gross. She's on medicine. She's going to be fine. Everything's fine. I mean, I could still lunge her and everything, but it was super gross. So fly masks are good things, and all my guys will be wearing them from here on out as soon as this rain stops, because ew. This is my most popular time of day. This is when I become so popular. So you guys haven't seen this guy in a little while. Look how big he is. Let's get closer. Please forgive how dirty everybody is. On my list after all this rain clears out is to bathe and clip and rebraid everybody. But look how huge this monster's gotten. He's huge. He's so tall, and he is putting his grain in the dirt to eat. That's fun. Kitty says, "Stop filming and feed me already. I'm starving." You are such a pretty horse. And don't worry, guys. While Solomon is on a dry lot, he does get hayed 3 times a day. Alfalfa and Timothy. And we do it over here where it used to be grassy, but is now hay-y. So he's not eating out of the sand. Look at the size of this beast. He's such a big boy. Such a big boy. And her feather is growing back in really quickly. I'm quite impressed with it. Hey, little dude. Hey, Jello, Jello. I know somebody's gonna ask, and the answer is I don't know when baby Biscotti is coming back, or even if he's coming back. Really don't know. Once again, the broodmares and the babies are not my horses. They are simply boarders, and their owner lives overseas. She's currently in the country, but because of all of that, I don't, like, she makes the decisions, and she just tells me once she's made one. Decision has not yet been made, so as soon as I know, you guys will know, but we'll see. We're also potentially doing some shuffling around of the barn, changing some things, getting rid of some things, just sort of a shuffle. Hey, Lauren. And it's purely for trying to figure out how to make things a little bit more profitable, because we kind of don't make a lot of money doing this thing, so yeah. Horses are expensive, and I gotta support my hobby. So yes, anyway, I will keep you updated on that also.
So apparently people keep asking when I'm going to do the makeup and the dressage test, and I promise you guys that I'm actually going to get around to doing those. I have just been crazy busy. The month of June will be probably my busiest work month in the last year. I got so many projects going on, so there's just, there's a lot to do. I got a lot of stuff going on. I wake up, I work, I high-five Amanda, then she goes to bed, and then I eventually go to bed. Like right now, it's 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, and I'm finally now just about to go to bed after my work. And I'm going to wake up in like 6 hours and go back to work. Like, look at me. I'm a mess. I'm just working. I'm working. But yeah, the makeup thing, it's going to happen. And the dressage test is definitely going to happen as soon as possible. I think we're going to be babysitting some kids here pretty shortly, so probably not this weekend, but maybe I can, do it. Maybe we could do it next week. Yeah, next week. Yeah, definitely next week. We'll do it next week. You know what? Maybe just Amanda needs to attack me when I'm like just taking a break on the sofa or something, and just like jump on me and start putting makeup on me. Shoot. I hope that doesn't actually happen now.